What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Vancouver's Worst Drivers. Before we start the last video of 2022, I want to give a big shout out to this video sponsor, Atlas Driving School. And for those of you who don't know, Atlas is offering 10% discount to all Vancouver's Worst Drivers viewers. So all the information will be in the link in the description below. And again, a big thank you to them for sponsoring this video. If you know of someone who needs driving lessons, or if you want driving lessons, be sure to check them out. Again, their website, all their information is in the description below. Alright, so let's get into the videos, and there are a ton of snow videos, and as we all know, it has been absolute chaos in the Lower Mainland, and here are some of the examples of what's going on the roads. And starting off with this video from Val, this driver's overtaken somebody going a little too slow in the left lane, and just ends up just eating it and grinding all along the side of the barrier. Ouch. And then Mark gets in this unfortunate crash here, and I feel like this could have been avoided. A, had this person been maybe slowed down, or B, if they had winter tires, because it's clear that people are turning in front of them, but they can't stop in time. People had no idea what to do in the snow, just like this Tesla here, who can't even get to the side of the road to park, so they just park right in the middle of Kingsway. And then Bori sent in this photo of his Evo, and just all I can say is, wow. Jeep drivers love going on and on about how good their cars are off-road and in the snow, yada yada yada, and it's clear from this video that that's not always the case. Heather sent in this video of this driver losing control, and loses control at the worst time, just as this truck is trying to go straight through. Then we got this video from Mon, BC, where this guy is trying to overtake the snowplow, and it says on the sign here, stay back 15 meters, but unfortunately for this guy, he didn't listen. And then we got another video from Highway 1, and as you can see in the video, it looks like people made their own lanes. And unfortunately for this Corolla driver though, it looks like they can't handle the snow in that far right lane and just drive right into the bank of snow. I'm hoping for their sake that they didn't crash into that truck and that there's a little bit of a buffer, because otherwise how do you explain that to ICBC? My apologies on the video quality in this video, but you can make out what's going on here. This driver loses control just going in a straight line and just ends up eating the slush on the side. Must have been painful for both the vehicle and the driver. So you and I all notice that there's ice all along here, but this driver behind JSMK doesn't, and he almost slides right into him. Fortunately, he makes this heroic move right into the snow and avoids a collision. This is what happens when you don't scrape off the snow off the top of your car, and then you hit the brakes hard. This driver doesn't even bother wiping the snow off the back of his truck, and that's why he can't even see Steven coming up behind him. I can only imagine how difficult bus drivers' jobs would have been during the snowstorm. And this driver right here, I mean, I gotta commend him. He's doing a great job trying to get up the hill. I would just give up. If I'm going up a hill sideways, it's just not working. This video right here is puzzling to me because this van stops, but then decides to just keep going and causes an accident. Like, buddy, what's going on in your head there? Don't be like this guy. How can this guy even look out his side windows at all? It's just impossible. And then up next, we got this video from Tim, where the only explanation I can think of is that this guy is drunk. As you can see here, he's been weaving in and out all over the road, and then just ends up driving right into the back of the vehicle in front of him. I just don't understand how these things happen. T-Mac has this run-in with this driver who's just a little too excited to be driving in the snow. As you can see here, is accelerating just a little too hard and loses control, and the vehicle just ends up giving up and just taking a nap in the ditch. I'm no expert, but to me this looks like a lot of snow they're driving through, and if you're driving through thick snow, anything can happen. Don't mind me, sir, just dropping by, say hi. Merry Christmas. I find that when it snows, people focus so much on the snow that they forget about signs, rules of the road, other people, you name it. It is remarkable to me that this person thinks deep down that they can do a U-turn in the snow on the Lionsgate Bridge. They probably were waiting there for hours just to try and do that. This cyclist crossing the street, just wow, doesn't even glance to the right once. And then we got this video from Northern Kodiak. Take a look here. You got a green light and this cyclist is going to go for it with everything that he's got. Up next, we got this crash video from Franklin, which is pretty horrific, but if you freeze the frame right about right here, as you can see, both these drivers actually end up running this red light, and this is the aftermath. Sometimes common sense isn't so common, and this video from Ryan kind of showcases that, where this pedestrian, they've got their walker and it looks like they're just taking a break right in the middle of an on-ramp. Just scary, scary video. As you can imagine, I've seen a lot of crazy things on this channel, but this is one of the craziest things I've seen in a long time. The fact that they thought that this was a good idea and they could just like squeeze in this little gap here is just mind-boggling. This almost ended up in a head-on accident. Up next, we got another video from Ryan. This time he gets in this crash. He's got the left turn arrow and this person just doesn't even know how to turn right and stay in their own lane. And the crazy thing is, this driver actually blamed Ryan for this accident. And then we got another driver with no accountability. This time Kavir gets in this crash. This driver blames Kavir somehow, even though this driver, A, cut over a solid white line, and B, didn't yield to Kavir. Just, I don't know, man. I'm just tired of these people with no accountability. Then Pat captures this crash video. This driver's making their own left turn lane right here, right in front of a truck that can't stop in time and ends up just losing their entire bumper. Up next, we got a couple of scooter videos, and this kid, this is scary. He just tries to ride right over Marine Drive and at Argyle Street and almost gets hit by cars. I don't know, man, maybe a little too young to be scooting by himself. This scooter, it's not even his fault, but he ends up almost being run over. And is that Santa on a scooter? And this video is scary because even as a pedestrian, one wrong move can end your life, and this pedestrian almost learns that lesson the hard way. And this is what happens when you're too focused on not hitting the snowbank on the side of a road. Here is a driver that has no idea where they're going. They're just kind of making it up as they go. And if you ever get caught in these moments, it's just best to pull over to the side of the road, maybe stop somewhere where it's safe, and figure out where you're going. And obviously Securitas here is just hiring the finest drivers for their fleet. I don't know, you'd think that this white SUV would be this Tesla's kind of hint that, hey, maybe there's a red light up ahead. I mean, you gotta admire this guy's confidence at the very least. And then here's another driver with a little bit too much confidence. And it's puzzling to me because either this truck was going to make this left turn and hit the Subaru, or the truck had to yield to traffic as he does here because traffic's coming toward him. Either way, not a very smart move. And here's another not very smart move from downtown. This driver cuts off Craigslist and then just sits there because of the pedestrians. And I love how they barely make eye contact because they're too embarrassed. Check out how close this car was to crashing, making this left turn. This has got to be one of the biggest saves of a year. This motorcyclist even has a pedestrian on the back and somehow he manages to save it and stays upright. Just don't hit the brakes if you're gonna cut off somebody like this. It just hurts my brain to think that this driver had a left turn lane. It's right there, but they just don't use it. Let me know in the comments section below if you agree with me or not, but I would say that this is probably the worst roundabout in the Lower Mainland, and it just shows that nobody knows what to do here. And for the last video clip of 2022, we got this red light runner who almost T-bones Amanda. Alright, so before we get to the $100 winner for Black Box My Car, I just want to thank everybody who supported this channel over this year. Black Box My Car, Atlas, all of you guys watching my videos, people who sent in videos. Thank you so much. 2022 has been an awesome year for this channel. And now for the $100 winner for Black Box My Car for the month of December, this month's winner is Bori. So congratulations, Bori, on winning $100 to Black Box My Car. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. If you have any videos, you can email them to me. My email is below in the description. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I'd really appreciate it if you could do that. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful New Year's. See you in 2023.